A top story that we are tracking very closely. A student group has been de-recognized, banned by the IIT Madras after certain allegations of spreading hatred against the Prime Minister and the government surfaced. The controversial move comes after an anonymous complaint alleged that the group tried to mobilize minority students to question government policies and of the use of Hindi and the ban on beef. The HRD ministry reportedly instituted an inquiry into the complaint and then, in written communication, told the IIT Madras that action was advisable against this particular student outfit. The complainant in this question had earlier enclosed one of the group's pamphlets reproducing a speech which criticized the Modi government and its policies. All right, let's listen in. IIT Madras' Dean has reacted to this story. Let's listen in on what he has to say.
Okay. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. This is K. Ramamurthy, Dean of Academic Courses, IIT Madras. Our director is away in the US. I am currently director in charge. I will read out a press statement prepared by IIT Madras. There are several student organizations functioning on the IIT campus, operating on the basis of student involvement and initiatives. Some of these organizations represent the entire student body, elected and run by the students themselves. Some of the student groups are formed based on the interest of the students. Student groups desiring to use the institute's resources are required to be recognized, and they are to follow guidelines prescribed by the Board of Students, which consists of all the elected student representatives. While IIT Madras does not curtail freedom of expression of the students, it is expected that the student groups adhere to these guidelines while conducting their activities. As per the guidelines in force, the student bodies can't use the name of IIT Madras or its official entities in any capacity to publicize their activities or garner support without an official permission. This group has violated the guidelines while conducting their meeting. Normally, violations of these guidelines lead to temporary derecognition pending their presenting their stand in the Board of Students. In the present case also, the same procedure is being followed. Thank you.
Sir, many feel this could actually curb freedom of expression on campus, on a higher learning campus like IIT. How would you respond to that?
Sir, I will again say IIT Madras stand by its statement. IIT Madras does not curtail freedom of expression of the students. While in the campus, when the students, there are guidelines which have been defined by the students, in which all the elected student representatives are part of it. They agree to adhere to the guidelines and they follow it.
And what are the guidelines they violated, sir?
That's what is written here. As per the guidelines in force, the student bodies cannot use the name of IIT Madras or its official entities in any capacity to publicize their activities or garner support without official permission.
So why weren't they given a hearing? They complained that they weren't given a fair hearing. They weren't given time to explain their stand. So
yes.
Why was this not happening?
The Dean of Students have asked them to come and present their stand before the Board of Students. Since this is being vacation time, when the Board of Students meet, they will be given an opportunity to present their position.
There's a perception that the right-wing point of view is being taken seriously, but not other views. How would you respond to that?
I don't have any comments on that.
When we can expect the students' side of closure?
So soon after the institute reopens, because this is the vacation time, all the students go for summer training and they pursue their passion outside the campus. Some of them have gone abroad for training. When all of them come back, the first week of August, we will have a Board of Students meeting. There this discussion will be made.
And was the action in response to an anonymous complaint given by a student, or?
We are not aware of the anonymous complaints, sir. We will prepare a standard statement and give it to you. We will prepare a standard statement.
To say it in Tamil, sir?
We will send it across to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you just heard the Dean of IIT Madras stating that this particular student outfit had apparently violated student guidelines. When asked on what these guidelines were, he did not go into details. He just added that the use of IIT in their publication or anything in terms of what they wanted to publicize, talk about, could not be used, and that is the main reason. However, on the issue whether or not there was an anonymous complaint, he said absolutely nothing. Whether or not the HRD ministry had advised IIT Madras to take this action, he was mum. I want to go across to Pratibha Raman, my colleague who is right now standing right outside IIT Madras. With her are students who belong to this particular student outfit. Pratibha, I want to clarify two quick questions with you. That we just heard the Dean of IIT Madras. He said temporarily the activities of this outfit has been suspended because they violated guidelines. Can you give us more details on what these guidelines were? And number two, what does the Dean have to say when questioned whether or not they got written communication from the HRD ministry advising action against this group? Do you have any details of the same?
Well, for the first question, Preeti, he did not go into the details of the guidelines and what were those guidelines that were violated. All he had to say was that the use of the official name IIT Madras cannot be used for any of the activities or any sort of communication that will be given out by the student body. And that has been the main guideline that has been violated here, and because of which such an action had to be initiated. And for the second question, he said no comments for anything that we asked, whether the HRD ministry complained, whether there was an anonymous letter. He chose not to answer any of those questions. Back to you, Preeti.
Pratibha, if you still have people the students who belong to this, the outfit that has now, as per the Dean, temporarily been barred, what are the reactions that they are coming up with, especially after that public statement made by the Dean?
Well, the student body at that moment weren't really available, but then we are trying to get a reaction from them. But all of them seem to think that this entire move that has been made by the IIT Madras has been absolutely unconstitutional. In fact, even gone on to say that this is a hilarious reaction that we're getting from the institute when the student body has been constituted with the permission of the institute. Why is it that they would have to act in such a manner?
You know, Pratibha, we are going to keep coming back to you. I'm going to leave it at that. But this is our driver stories for the day, and we're going to keep coming back to. There are various unanswered questions here. When the Dean was questioned, he refused to take, especially on the involvement of the Ministry of HRD, whether or not they had advised in written communication the IIT Madras to take action against the student outfit. We're going to keep coming back to that story.